In this video, we will create the swim cycle by making here a rigging to our fish, and then after use the armature to create a nice animation that will make him swim. So let's go back here to the normal layout, and what we will do, we're just taking back the original fish that we have, its base here, the first one, and with Ctrl Y, we will just remove everything with X, okay? Here I will put back again the screencast keys. Thank you, guy. And now I will create an armature. So for that, I will go with Shift A and go to Armature and create a single bone. By default, this single bone will not be visible inside the model. What we would like is to see it inside, even if we are here into the solid view. So what we will do here, we'll go there, go into viewport display and enable in front. Like this, it will be always visible whatever the geometry we have in front. So the goal of it will be to create an armature that will stay inside the model. The first thing that we will do, we'll go into edit mode. Then we will select here the bone itself, and with R and G, we will just move here, and S, we will just move the bone like, let's say it's to be in the beginning here of the neck, okay? And that after it will be the spine of the fish, okay? So let's say we will start like that. Be careful of the directions of the bones. It gives other results if you invert the direction like that, for example. Okay, so what we want is direction like that. This direction gives actually, when you make an extrusion here, okay, it will give a kind of it will give, you can see here I extrude to create the mouth here over there, and this direction tells that this bone is the son of this one, and this bone as this one as parent, okay, and etc, etc. So it gives the parent relationship direction, just like that. So what we will do now, we will just extrude for create the spine over there. So we'll extrude like this over there to go in just in the beginning of the tail, and then after we can split this by selecting the bone itself, and with right click use subdivide here, and you will use maybe four cuts like that. Yeah, five bones will be enough. If you want really something more accurate, you can add bones, but it's more work for animate after. So what I will do here is just 4 bones. It's okay, it's far enough. 4 cuts, sorry, so 5 bones, it's enough. And now I will make the V shape just with extruding, just like that over there, and the same thing for the tail. Good. Now to catch the fine parts over there and to not have problem with it, you take the good joint here, that is the, let's say the most in front of it, and just with extrude, just like that, you can catch a little the geometry you want, just like so. Okay, same here. And this is not really mandatory actually, but if you want to even animate the fine parts, you can after, if you do this method. Okay, it will not be the case for us now, but in case you want, it's important. So now we have a rig. Good. And you can call it, if you want, rig base. Okay, now we have our object. We would like to tell Blender to tell Blender that this object, the rig, will deform the C base. And for that, you just have to take the C base, then with Shift, you select the rig, okay? And with Control P, you use the with automatic weight. But before doing that, you have 2 things to be sure. You have to be sure that both models are in the same place. It means the yellow dot of each model here, as you can see, it's in the center. And to verify that, you can just go there and go into item, and it has to be in 0 everywhere, and except for scale, it has to be 1. And if it's not the case, you just use the Control A, apply, to apply the location, the rotation, or the scale. If a Blender, if there is a difference between the rotation of the two objects or the scale of the two objects, it might make some kind of errors of the rigging, and after the deformation will not be good. And you will ask yourself why it's like that. It may crazy things. It's because of that usually. So don't make this mistake. Just select here the object after when it's done and the armature, and like I said, you may Control P with automatic weight. Okay, and Blender will choose will make some grouping of vertices and will tell which bone influence what. Okay, and yeah, you don't have to worry too much about that. Usually it works pretty well, except if you go outside of the model. Here it's not the case. We have everything inside, and except if you have a really complex shape, or that the model is made with two geometries inside the same model. Like for example, let's say if we will do the eyes separately, but inside the same object, it could create some problem when you make this operation. But if you have only one geometry like that, it's linked vertices. If you make L in edit mode, you can see that it's only one geometry like that. So when it's like this, usually it doesn't create really problems and it works pretty well. So what we do now, we can go into the armature and go into pose mode here over there. So now if I go in top view, you can see that I can just deform my object just like so to create a nice pose if I want. Okay, and we can use that. Okay, you can even open the mouse if you want. It's possible, everything is there. Okay, you can even move these parts as I told. It's not mandatory, but in case you want at the moment, you can do it as well. So, good. We have more or less what we want. Now we would like to make the animation. It will be the second part of our video. But before that, we can see one thing here. When I select the head, we will have to rename things to see a little what we have after into the animation interface. It will be easier, and especially the bones. And here we will have to parent this one to that one, because when I move that one, the head, it goes along. Okay, and we don't want that. We want that all the rig will follow. And to do that, we'll go in edit mode. We select this one, and then this one we shift. So this one in orange, this one in yellow, and with Control P, we will make a keep offset. Like that, it will just move with it. It will become the son of it, okay? The child of it. So like this, it works well. Okay, good. Now I select everything, Alt R to put back the original pose. So, okay, whatever you move, if you make a S here, or a R here, or a G here, okay, if you want to put back everything into the resting pose, you make Alt R, Alt G, Alt S, and you are sure that it comes back in the beginning, okay, in the rest pose. Good. So we have more or less what we want to start the animation now. As we will make animation, let's go to animation. It will work better. And we don't want, as we will play a little more with the top view here, you can see that maybe these bones over there will disturb a little what we will have to do. So what I will do, I will just hide it. And to hide it, when you have a rig like that, you can select the bones that you want to put it in another layer. Like for example, this one, I can put it into the second layer, and you can see it will just disappear. And I will select everything that I want to put there. So all these ones here, like this, it will not disturb from top view. Here you can see that now in top view, I have a cleaner view of what I will do after. And these bones will still be active. You can just enable here this layer when you want, okay, with shift click. But except that, nothing crazy. So just with M, put it in another layer. Again, I will come back here with the screencast keys, and give you back the shortcuts. It will be easier for you and for me after to answer the comments. Okay, so we have more or less what we want. Now I would like to make to rename some bones, because here, as you can see, we have some funky stuff here. Bone 005, bone 009. It's not even in the right order. So what I will do, I will just rename bones by bones. This one will be the spine. Okay, spine 1. And like this, I will just go there, make a Control C to copy this value here, and I will go now here, Control V, and I will have spine 1001, spine 1002. Yeah, spine 1 was useless actually. But just by Control V like that, I will just can rename all my bones, and it will be easier to follow like this. Then here we have the tail, and this one will be the high part, so I will put H. Okay, so I copy that and make a Control V for this one, and it will automatically give a 001. And then I will do the same here, but it will be the tail low, so I will put L there, copy this, and come back here and paste this. Okay, and now we have everything renamed well. We have the head over there. This one we can copy and paste for create a second head, and after you can even remove, you can even manage the mouth here if you want to rename, but it's not mandatory. It was really for the spine that it was important. Okay, so I just do it like this it's clean. And okay, what we have now is our rig ready to go and to start the animation. So I will go on top view over there, not in perspective mode, but in orthographic mode. And I will just manage it like so. Here we will think about what will be our cycle. It will be a swim cycle, and it will take a time, let's say 1 second for a swim cycle, so, or less than 1 second. So what we will do for that, we will just take 20 frames more or less, and we will start from 0. So start 0, and as we know that the entire cycle will take 20 frames, the frame 0 and the frame 20 will always be the same. It has to be the same. And so the key that I will put on frame 0 has to be exactly the same on frame 20. And like that, I will just finish my animation into 19. Like this, it will give us a good understanding of the cycle without repeating the frame 20 and 0. When it will play like that, it will play perfectly. I will not play the same frame 2 times, because frame 20 and frame 0 are the same in the cycle. It will be more understandable after, I think, when I will do the job. It's difficult to explain it. So let's go there, and I will take here the first spine, and I will make a rotation like that. So I will want to make a kind of shape like this, okay, at first. So the first thing we'll do, we'll make a rotation, and we will select a value. So I know that a value between 5 and 7 is good. So let's say I will make 7. Okay, so I just made R7. And now I can select my bones here and make Shift R. Shift R again. Shift R again to repeat the last operation. Okay, and I will make the same for this one as well. Shift R. Shift R. And the same for this one as well. Shift R. And that one, Shift R. Okay, good. We have a first pose that is interesting. We have a first curve like that. So what I will do, I will select all of it, and I would like to insert a key now to tell Blender I want this pose to stay here into this frame. So I will insert a key with rotation value because I made only rotations. So I will insert a key of rotation. And as you can see, it will give me the name here of the bones that we did create. And like this, it will be easier to follow after. We can separate these keys as we want after. So here we know that the pose on frame 10 will be the invert pose, the other side, okay? And the pose on frame 20 will be exactly the same as this one. So what we will do, we'll use a special trick. Here we'll use a Ctrl-C to copy the entire pose. It has to be with all the bones selected or it will not work. And here we will make Ctrl-Shift-V. Ctrl-Shift-V is past the opposite, okay, the mirrored pose. And like that you have, yeah, everything into the other side. I insert a key of rotation. And now I have a movement between this and that. Good. You can see that some bones have an orange line between the two keys over there. It's the bones that didn't move, like the mouth, the head, everything didn't move. So Blender tells, hey, you don't have really movements on that one. Good. Why I don't have... let's show me a little what's in the... Yeah, it should move. Why this tail didn't work well? Sounds strange, this. It should follow there. So I will make it follow just with air, like this. And insert a key again of rotation to be sure. Okay, I select everything again. So now it should work properly, I hope. Yeah, that's what I want as a movement. Now, in frame 20, I will just take this here, over there, select everything, and then Ctrl-C again, in case, go in frame 20, and I will make Ctrl-V, in case, okay, and insert rotation again. Like this, you can see that we have this movement. So now when I play this movement, you can see that I have no interruption. It works pretty well. But it's too simple, actually. When you see it, it's really robotic. And fishes, they don't act like that. So we will want to make it a little better than this. It's a first start, let's say, but we will have a lot of things to find there. And what we can do to make it more interesting, it creates some delay between the first movement of the, let's say, of the spine, okay, the first spine here. We will create some delay while we are going into this direction here. So just a moment, I will show you that. Okay, while we are going into this direction for the keys here, we will create some delay because usually the tail has a kind of delay after the movement of the body, okay? It's not exactly the same, especially in the end of the tail. So what we will do for that, we will manage everything from here and we will select everything here, okay? And we will manage everything on this interface. So I will just put it there, and to make it more good, I will go there, and with 6, I will put it into the right point like this. I will have this kind of view. It will be far better, okay? I will zoom in a little and see what we can do with that. So what I want is that the spine, okay, it's the first movement, we don't move it, okay? It's these keys over there. You can use B to select the keys that you want, or whatever shortcut of selection here like this, it will work fine. Me, it's moving the spine 001 of 2 frames, so I just make G2, and like this it will start to move this direction, and I will make the same, and the next one will be G4, so I will create a kind of delay like that, and G6 for the next one, and as you can expect, as it's 2 frames by 2 frames, a G8 for the next one. Then I take the 2 first tails, so it means this one and this one, okay? This one and this one over there. And I will make a G10. Why, yo, it's not what I wanted to do. here, sorry, G, 10. If you make it into the interface of the 3D view, it will move all the objects. And here, over there, you see the 2TER001 over there, and make a G12 this time. Okay, so I have a kind of delay like that. Okay, and when you see the movement of this now, you have a kind of nice delay, you see, of the movement, and it helps a lot to create something really really more accurate and natural. Okay, so I come back to the good view here, over there. Okay, and good, but what we have is not really a cycle. If I play it as a cycle, you can see that it comes back here, because here the keys that moved into that direction are not there anymore. So here we miss something into that place. And to resolve that, what we will do, we will select everything, all the keys that we have here with A, it's the same that in the 3D view, and we'll make a G, we'll duplicate with Shift D and Shift D minus 20. Like this, we will put all the duplications here over there. And you can see that now, if I make the cycle, I have something perfect. Isn't that cool? So we have really this kind of, swimming movement that we didn't have before with this kind of delay. So it's the first thing to do. The second thing to do is that when you watch it in front view, the head is not moving at all. It's totally static, and it shouldn't be like that. So to make it a little more interesting, we will come back into our animation. I come back here on top view, and I will manage here the global movement of the whole body by moving the head just like that. So when it's here on the left side, okay, when the tail is on the left side, you have to move it a little, quite a bit, just GX a little on the right side to compensate the movement, okay? And so I will insert a key, and as I did move, the object is not a rotation key, it's a location key. Okay, so I insert a location key. Now I come back into the frame 10. I copy here the selection, into the frame 0. I come back into the frame 10 and go to Control Shift V, and it will put it into the other side. I insert a key again of location and make this the same here, but with Control V this time to copy the same and insert location as well. So now what we have is a movement like that. And when you watch it in front view, it's really more natural, okay? You have really this kind of movement that the head helps to create the movement of the tail, okay? Good, we have already something not that bad. Now, what we could do, it's make him breathe. Look, the mouth is totally static here, and especially on side view here, especially on side view, you can see that nothing is moving here. So we want a little movement. And to create this kind of movement, we will go there again into this view, and we will manage the mouth. So what we will do, we have already the mouth that is closed there. Let's say, closed. We will open it more for the movement, but it will be anyway always a little open. So maybe I can close it a little. Okay. And there's two bones that we will manage. The one on top doesn't move usually. So, okay, there's two here. I insert a key of rotation. This one will be the same because it's the same of we told already on the 0 and the 20. So I make Control C, I go into the 20, I insert a key of rotation. And now I come back into the frame 10, and to make it open this time, I open it just like so. Okay, and I insert a key again of rotation. So now I have a movement of opening at least. Yeah, I don't like too much the movement here. Okay, it seems that we have this. So why it's like that? Go from here to there. Suddenly, it's not the same anymore. Oh, okay, I didn't make it well. Here, this one is not the same at all. So I select this one, Control C. I come back to the frame 20. Control V. Okay, and insert the rotation key. And now it should work well. Okay, I prefer that. Nice. So now we have the mouth that is moving. And we would like to make a last movement from the side view too. We would like to make something to make it move, okay, on this direction a little, to create a kind of movement like that, that is not totally static as well. So to make it move just like this, we will take here the first frame. Maybe we can just make a little rotation, because at this point it will go up. Okay. And so we will keep it there, insert, location and rotation. We want the same over there into the frame 20, so I go into Control C, go there, and Control V, insert, location and rotation. And now, into the frame 10, we would like to go a little higher, just a bit, just like this. Okay, insert, location and rotation as well. So what it will be, that, yeah, okay, movement like this works well. When you see that it's too strong, you can manage it. You can manage it by reduce the movement here and go it less high, for example. I found it a little too strong again. So here, yeah, it's far too high. Insert, location, and rotation again. And now we have something good. Okay? So we have a nice swimming movement now that works pretty well for all the angles. I would really say that it's too big again. Huh? Sorry guys, I take time because after it's important to manage it well. So what I will do, I will make a mark here, over there, with that one. Okay, to see where it was. Okay, yeah, has to be just a little like insert, location, rotation. Let's play it again. Okay, I prefer that. Yeah, far better. Good. So now we are ready to duplicate this guy. And what we will do to make kind of randomness with the group after, because we will create a group of fishes, we will duplicate this model here with the armature as well, and like this we will duplicate both, and we will have the possibility to manage different animations, to not have all the same sea base make exactly the same swimming and the same rhythm. So what we would like here, we make a pause, we come back here to there, we select everything, okay, just in case we come back there, and we go to object mode now. Okay, good, with Control Tab. And here I will select the object and then the armature to have both selected, and then with Shift DY X, sorry, and Shift R and Shift R, we will create 4 different versions of the fish. What we would like first is to create an animation that will stay long, like 500 frames in the end. So let's go there into 500. And now we have everything until there that is totally free, okay? And it's good, but now if I play the animation, it starts to swim and it stops. What we would like is to create a cycle all along. So what we will do, we will select on top from 0 to 20, as we did stop there, and make Shift D 20, okay, one time, and then Shift R, Shift R, Shift R to fill all the place. And like that, and just fill it a little more. I will show you why. Good. And now we have the same thing to do for all the versions of it. Okay, so yeah, I should do this just before duplicating, but now it's okay. We do it like that. Shift D 20. It's very quick, and Shift R, Shift R, Shift R. Okay, and like that we have more, enough to use. Okay, good. Now I select that one again. And like this, we will have the possibility to make different rhythms, and I will show you how. So Shift D 20, okay, Shift R, Shift R, Shift R, good, let's go, guy, thank you. And again, this one from 0, 20, good, and Shift D 20, Shift R, Shift R, Shift R, and that's it. Okay, good. So now what we can do to change the rhythms, you can see that now it's separated animations because we did duplicate the armatures. And now we can see that here into the action editor that we have a rig C-base action 003, for example. And this one is C-base action, okay? And this one is C-base action 001. And like that, as it separates actions, we will can manage it a little differently. Like for example, if I take this one and select everything like that and move it just a little, like 6 frames, like G -6, you can see that now it will have a different rhythm here. Same rhythm, but a little delay, let's say. And we will manage this first. So we'll put some delay on everything. So this one, I will put 3 frames, maybe G -3. Okay, so it will be like that. And this one, I will select everything and make G -9. Like this, it will be really, yeah, different rhythms like this. Not rhythms, but yeah, delay. And now what I can do too is scale. You can scale the whole action like this. Like if you want this one to swim a little lower than the others, you can make a S. So come in frame 0 here and make S. You can see that the entire action is, you can scale the entire action like that. And by doing this here, you will have steam the cycle, but you can see that this one is swimming less quick than others. Okay. And if I take this one and tell him, okay, swim quicker than others, I come back here, make S, and put it has to be always inside the 500, okay? That's why I went a little through like this, but this one now is swimming quicker, okay? And yeah, it's exactly what we want, a lot of randomness on everything. So this one, maybe I will put it a little big, but less than the third one. And like this, I will have really different rhythms. Sometimes they will join each other's, but they will still have a delay after a time, okay? And that's exactly what we need. Now we have the objects ready to be inside the group and to create with this, to create a particle system, and that will be the purpose of the next video.